My name is Morgan Hoppus, and I'm here today to talk about sexual assault and bringing awareness to the topic. When you look up sexual assault in the Merriam-Webster dictionary, it defines it as an illegal sexual contact that usually involves force upon a person without consent or is inflicted upon a person who is incapable of giving consent, as because of age or physical or mental incapacity, or who places the assailant, such as a doctor, in a position of trust or authority. But sexual assault is much more than just this definition. It is an unfortunately common tragedy that happens to many women and men around the world. In 2023, myself and a friend, Nicole Yuza, conducted an interview with Ann Malisk, who is the director of a sexual assault crisis service at the Women and Family Center in Meriden, Connecticut. In this interview, we discussed many topics, and she gave clarity to my friends and I on many things that we either just didn't know or were confused about. Some of the things we discussed were the short and long-term effects of a sexual assault, the legal aspects and the troubling process of it, shame and stigma surrounding sexual assault, and reaching out for help and how to. Reaching out for help doesn't need to happen immediately after the assault happens. It can be 20 years in the future or 5 minutes after. It's whenever the victim feels ready to express all the troubles that they've gone through. It also doesn't have to be just a one and done process. You can reach out as many times as you need to. Talk about your troubles as much as you need, either with a facility or with another therapist or a friend or family member. I'll also put here the number for the National Sexual Assault Hotline. You can also reach out for help even if you didn't experience sexual assault yourself. Ann Malisk told my friend and I that even if just a friend tells you about their own experience, or if you're just hearing it over and over again on the news or on the internet and it's deeply troubling you, it's okay to reach out and explain your nerves and your fears, even if you didn't experience the sexual assault yourself. Ann Malisk also gave us very helpful quotes during our conversation, some of them being that rape is the easiest violent crime to get away with. This is because of a number of reasons, the main one being the lack of evidence that is often associated with sexual assault cases. Some of the reasons that there often is such a lack of evidence during sexual assault cases is because of how often the assailant is either the partner of the victim or a very close friend or acquaintance of the victim, and it often happens in their home or away from the public eye. Because of this, there's often no evidence of other people seeing it happen. Another reason is because to get DNA evidence of the trauma, you have to have a rape kit done. This kit should be done within 72 hours after the assault to get proper DNA sampling. Some of the things that happen during a rape kit are having your clothes removed and stored away for evidence, being swabbed in your vaginal canal for DNA, having a head-to-toe exam by a doctor, and many other things. During this process, you can say no to any steps. You are completely in control, and everyone will understand that you just had a very traumatic experience and take into full consideration. Another thing that can be done during the rape kits is having someone for support with you, whether that be a friend or family member, or if you don't want anyone you know personally with you, you can reach out to facilities such as the Women and Family Center, and they will send out a member of their association who will go with you to help you through the process, as it can be very stressful and emotionally overwhelming. Ann Malisk also talked about how oftentimes offenders will try to prove their innocence in court by saying statements such as, "She liked it," "I thought she was enjoying it," to try and make themselves more innocent. But this often backfires, as juries and judges often see this as a sign of guilt. This is backed up by a research article called "Perceptions of Sexual Assault Perpetrators. Victims in an Event Depend on System Justification Beliefs and Perpetrator Atonement," which states that audiences typically favor perpetrators who do not try to express their atonement for their actions or who try to take the blame off themselves. A common way offenders try to make themselves seem innocent is by victim blaming. Part of the reason why there isn't always a rape kit done is because of the shock and trauma that victims go through right after the assault. Having just a 72-hour time frame is a lot of stress, and many victims don't even know about having this kit done. I, for one, didn't know that it was a thing before my research and interview with Ann Malisk. Knowing this now, I'm hoping that through this video, more people become aware of having this kit done, and hopefully it will help to save some people in court. Going along with this, many victims can feel shame or feel the stigma surrounding sexual assault and are too scared to go in and get this kit done, as they don't want to be judged or not believed. And this is another reason why there can be a lack of evidence in cases. The exams are done for free, and afterwards all the evidence can be stored until the victim is ready to report, if they choose to. How long the evidence can be stored is dependent upon the state and area that the victim is in. All the victim has to do is ask for how long the evidence can be stored up till, to see how long they have to use it. Again, the victim does not need to report right away. They can let it sit for however long they feel they need to. Another reason the sexual assault survivor may want a person to support them is because of the trauma done to the body after the assault. Some of these symptoms afterwards can include STDs, bruising, damage to genitalia, unwanted pregnancies, reproductive issues, gastrointestinal issues, cardiovascular problems, and, in the mind, depression, anxiety, suicidal thoughts, and PTSD. All of these effects are very important and can be very harmful to the victim. The physical problems may go away, but the mental ones are a lot harder to get rid of. Many victims also turn to drinking or drugs, which can often derail their life even more, causing them to lose their job, their connections with friends and family, and many more issues. It is very important to try and seek help if you notice yourself going down a downward spiral like this. Another thing I wanted to discuss today was some misconceptions concerning sexual assault. The number one misconception is that men cannot be assaulted. They can. 1 in 4 men in the U.S. have reported to be sexually assaulted. Another common misconception is that sexual assault cannot happen in a relationship. This is almost the opposite. Most assaults happen in a relationship. Just because 2 people are dating does not mean that consent is always given. You should ask every time before engaging in any sexual advances with a partner. No still means no, even if you're dating or married. It's also never the victim's fault. It doesn't matter what the person is wearing or how they're acting. If they say no, then the answer is no, and sexual conduct should not continue. Another quote I want to share from Ann Malisk is that sexual assault is not about sex, it's about power and control. This quote made me think about the power and control cycle, male privilege. The males do this by putting themselves in a higher position than the female. They do this by treating the women like a servant, making all the big decisions. They can also use economic abuse. They do this by not allowing their female partner to get a job or financially support themselves. This means that she has to solely rely on her male partner and making it much harder for her to leave and get out of the situation, as if she did leave, she wouldn't really have a way to support herself or any kids that she may have. There are many other ways of control that are in this cycle that you can look at. I would like to end this video by sharing some safety tips that I've learned throughout my research and my life as a female. The first is to make sure that when you're going out, your phone is always charged, and if you can, share your location with a family member or a friend so that way they have a way of knowing where you are. Going along with that, when you do go out, make sure that you tell someone where you're going, just in case. When you are out, make sure that you never accept a drink that was already poured or opened. Either watch the drink being poured or open the can yourself. You should also never put a drink down and walk away and come back and drink it. If it is out of your sight, throw it out. It may be wasteful, but it's better than being accidentally drugged. You should also be very careful about being online. When chatting with someone over any type of server, not being face-to-face, it's very easy to put your guard down and not think about the consequences that may happen. This makes it easier to give out your addresses, phone numbers, any type of personal information that can lead the person you're talking to showing up and potentially doing harmful things to you. Going along with this, you should make sure to never share passwords with anyone involving your accounts or phones or anything, as this means that they could gain access and potentially post whatever they want on there. Some other safety tips are just to be aware of your surroundings, know where the exits are, and if you're feeling creeped out or suspicious of someone who may be following you, talk to someone, whether it be a stranger or someone at a store. See if they can help. I hope this video helped to inform you all and you walk away with either new safety tips in mind or that it was helpful in what to do if you're ever sexually assaulted. Stay safe.